Well, I'm back. It's been a while. I haven't made one of these videos since the playoff loss last season, about back in January. I kind of took a hiatus because I just kind of needed to take a break from everything. Did some traveling. Went to Arizona to see my mom and just living life. I needed a break from football. I was kind of it was kind of an emotional loss after going 15-2 and then seeing it all fall apart uh, in the divisional round against Washington. Just the defense just could not stop them, and I didn't even really watch. I didn't watch the Super Bowl, and from the looks of it, I didn't miss much. Philadelphia destroyed the Chiefs. Um, but I took a break from football. But now that preseason's here, I decided to start making these videos again. And just so happens, the Hall of Fame game, which is the annual first preseason game of the NFL, pitted the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Detroit Lions. So I've decided to make my triumphant return to YouTube um, by doing a review of this game that occurred tonight. Um, First and foremost, I want to say congratulations to the Hall of Fame inductees. Um, I'm trying to remember the names off the top of my head. I know Jared Allen made it, Eric Allen, defensive back from the New York Jets and Philadelphia Eagles. Um, Jared Allen, of course, with the Chiefs and Vikings. I think he played some time with the Bears. Antonio Gates, probably uh, a solid fixture of when you think of top five tight ends of all time, he's in there. If he's not the best of all time, I think you in the early 2000s he was probably the best. And Antonio Gates is also the first NFL Hall of Famer to have never played college football. He played college basketball at Kent State. So that's a very interesting story. Also, Sterling Sharp. Look, I'm a Lions fan, and Sterling Sharp gave me nightmares playing against when we were playing against them back in the early '90s. I still remember the wild card game where he was wide open and they beat us in the first round back in 1993. Um, and if he didn't get hurt, he would have easily been one of the best receivers of all time. He was in Jerry Rice territory. Um, well deserved honor. I think they made I think they inducted Brett Musburger as a media member in their media wing, which I'm kind of indifferent with Brett Musburger. But you have to credit where credit's due. He was always all over the sports landscape everywhere. So plus I did not know this. He was when Joe Namath back in 1969, 1970, when Joe Namath made his famous guarantee to beat the Baltimore Colts at the time. Brent Musburger was right there, so that's a cool story. There's a photo of him interviewing him when Joe Namath made that famous guarantee. So I learned a few things about this game. I also I also learned that if Jared Goff gets hurt, we're pretty much screwed. Because let me just transition into the actual game itself. Um, I managed to catch it during work, um, and I kind of had a feeling where things were going to go when the Lions fumbled the opening kickoff, and the Chargers recovered it like right there at I think inside the 20. Um, I guess the two good pieces of news. There are two pieces of good news. One, actually three. One, football is back. Two, none of these games count. And three, the Lions didn't really suffer any serious injuries from what I've seen. But the bad news, if any of our starters get hurt, we're in trouble. And that was an issue last year, if you remember. The reason we lost that playoff game, the defense lost so much, had so many injuries, and the defense didn't really look good in this game. I can't really find a bright spot on the defense. There was a guy named Yasin, a corner, who made some decent tackles, but like that's about it. We made the Chargers started Trey Lance, who was a third overall pick about a couple of years ago. It's been a complete bust, and we made him look like a number 3 overall pick. He was phenomenal. He had 3 touchdown passes. He was moved around the pocket, was accurate. A lot of the receivers were open. So the concerning thing, I think, from the defense out of everyone, the most concerning thing is Ennis Rakestraw. He was a second-round pick just last year, and I seen him get toast again and again, and that is very concerning. But we have other pieces. A lot of the starters didn't play, so I need to put this in perspective. There's a lot of second stringers that didn't even play this game, so it's not the end of the world. If I had the player of the game, I would say it would be, if I'm being objective, it's got to be Trey Lance. But if I had to pick one Lions player as player of the game, since this is a Lions channel, I would give it to Isaac Tesla. He was a draft pick out of, I think, Arkansas. He's a wide receiver, and he made a couple of catches for 43 yards, but like his route running and his hands, they looked very impressive. He was I think he was the one bright spot for the Lions in this game. But the Lions started Kyle Allen. He was a backup quarterback, I think, in Pittsburgh. I've never really heard of him. And it looked like at first, some of the passes they were pretty accurate, but then he just made some boneheaded throws. Got picked off twice. One, the ball was way late. He was staring it down. The defender knew the route before the receiver did. It was really bad. And then he threw a jump ball in the end zone. He was trying to throw it to Tesla, but he was double covered. He had no business throwing that. Lions also turned it over 5 times, twice on fumbled returns, 2 interceptions by Kyle Allen, and then a late game interception by Hendon Hooker. So like I said, unless they do a last minute signing of Teddy Bridgewater like they did last year, if Jared Goff goes down, this team is in trouble. They lost to the Chargers 34-7. It was that bad. The only touchdown was to Craig Reynolds. Now, Craig Reynolds' nickname is Netflix, and you were probably better off watching Netflix than watching this game if you are a Lions fan. Anyways, it was just, I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. At the end of the day, it's preseason. The Lions didn't look good in preseason last year, and they finished the season 15-2. And probably could have gone further in the playoffs if they didn't have all those injuries on defense. Who knows if Aiden Hutchinson alone would have been healthy throughout the season. So I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. Their next game, I believe, is not this Saturday, but the Saturday after at Ford Field against the Miami Dolphins. I will be trying to go to that game. Once again, I got season tickets this year, so I'll be going to all the home games if I can, depending on work. But yeah, that'll be it for me. Glad to be back. I'm glad I'm glad to see if any of you viewers have followed along with me. The playoff loss reaction got a lot of views. People love Torment. It's fine. It's all good. But until then, go Lions, go Blue, go Pistons, go Tigers, and go Red Wings. Tigers looking pretty good, although they went through a slump, but I think they're starting to pick it up again. So we'll see how that goes. I'll talk to you guys later.